Man, that's so sad. I'm so bummed out that I can't use that intro anymore. But hey, everybody, it's GrimmGreen from GrimmGreen.com back here today, hanging out, doing what I do. Let me drip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Today is Thursday, which means it is vlog day, and thank you for joining me again here. Did I already say that? For another vlog. As usual, I do have some very cool stuff to talk about. Got some vape gear to talk about. Got some shout outs to do. Got some viewer mail to answer for some reason. This is Flitz. Let's see what Flitz has to say. I got my flies tattooed, but not on my butt. Miss your face. Thank you, Flitz. I miss you like just like crazy, and I'm glad to know that you got tattoos non on your butt, but somewhere else, hopefully. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Some viewer mail, some shout outs. We're going to do some first impressions of a couple of devices and a new Atomizer that I haven't even really seen anywhere. Of course, we're going to talk about beer. I'm going to try to work some music in here as well before we get to the anything. You know what? I'm gonna put this towards the top here, because this has got bumped down now like 16 times. Like, it's ridiculous how many vlogs this has got bumped out of. So hopefully, James, we can get to your in-store activism. First off, I want to give a shout out to Kynan. It'd mean a lot for a simple shout out for my lovely girlfriend. She's never been happier with me vaping instead of smoking. Her name is Shelby. Shelby, here's to you. Consider this your shout out from your wonderful boyfriend who is now vaping instead of smoking. And it's good. It's always really, really good. And I see this a lot at vape meets too. But it's fantastic to see significant others, partners, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, supportive of their others, change in habit, going from smoking to vaping, even though they may have done neither. It's always cool to see that support. So Shelby, here's to you. Michael, yes. So Michael, I do want to give a shout out to Michael. He was planning on attending Vape Mania 14 in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and he can't now due to health issues. Something came up. He's unable to attend. He was planning on it. Evidently, he was telling me he had everything booked and he was ready to go, and Vape Mania was just that close, and now he has health issues and he can't go. So shout out to you, Michael. I wish you could be there. It's really a bummer, because it's really going to be I think it's going to be a really fun meet. Plus, Michael gave me lots of pool advice. He has the same Intex above ground inflatable pool that I have, and he was telling me about things that I can get in it and put in it and keep the algae away and keep it clean and keep it this and keep it that. Unfortunately, we did have to drain the water out of the pool, but I have a feeling it's going to be restored someday soon. Let me just have a toot here before I get to this next shout out, because it's a little bit of a read. That's the device we're going to be talking about a little bit later. This is the IPV version 2. I know a few people, including Phil, have already done their full reviews for it. I haven't. I like to spend a lot of time with something before I do a review for it. So you'll probably notice, if you're a new subscriber, that my videos are like a month behind everyone else's videos, sometimes longer, because I get something and I like to spend 2 months with it before I feel comfortable speaking to it. So that's what's happening, but we're going to talk about the IPV later. Kind of all over the place right now. This is another shout out to do. Hey Nick, I was hoping I could possibly get you to do a shout out for my girlfriend in your upcoming vlog. Maybe I have a soft spot for doing shout outs for girlfriends. She's 31 years old and she's been battling cancer for the last 5 years. That is intense. Which actually prompted her to switch from smoking to vaping. She has been on regular chemo treatments for the last 4 years. But now she's about to start a new chemo liver treatment on Monday that is supposed to be very aggressive and will make her even more sick than the usual chemo. She's very scarred and her spirits are down. So I was hoping a shout out from you might help brighten her day and lift her spirits. She's a big fan of yours. Her name is Cheryl. and I know it would mean a lot to her and put a huge smile on her face. You have been a big help to both of us in our vaping journeys, so thanks for all that you do. It's my pleasure. Absolutely, it's my pleasure. Cheryl, I can't imagine what you're going through right now. It's probably horrible. It's probably one of the worst things that anybody should be forced to go through. I applaud you in your bravery, and I applaud you in your move from tobacco to vaping. I hope that you can get through this, and that you guys can get through this together. 31 years old and going through aggressive chemo liver treatment. It's not awesome. I don't wish that on anybody. So if this shout out somehow makes you smile, then that would be fantastic for me. I would feel like I did my job. But Cheryl, I read the wrong name. Cheryl, damn it. Cheryl, hang in there. Absolutely, it's rough. I mean, I can't even imagine. I don't even know what that's like. That's horrible. And Cheryl, I hope you stick it out. Hope to hear from you soon, Cheryl. Hope you enjoy the vlogs. Thank you so much for watching. Got another email. One more. New England Vape Bash Reloaded. So this isn't associated with the Vape Bash that happens in Chicago. So all the names are taken. You know what I mean? There's Vape Fest. There's Vape Bash, there's Vapapalooza, there's Vape Mania, there's VaporCon, there's VapeCon, which I'm not excited about, but I'll let it slide. So, of course, these are going to get repeated, so they're calling it the New England Vape Bash Reloaded. It's going to be Saturday, September 13th from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m., 1666 Diamond Hill Road. That's in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. So if you're in the Woonsocket, Rhode Island area and you want to attend a New England Vape Bash, it's going to be Saturday, September 13th, 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. Sounds like they're having a meet. Sounds like it's going to be fun. I was invited out there. Of course, I am unable to attend, but my travel schedule is full. I mean, it's booked. I am going crazy with the traveling, and it's a little bit ridiculous. A lot of people ask me which brick and mortar stores carry Namber Juice, and so I kind of got a list together with the help of the lovely Hannah. These are the newer stores that have just kind of started carrying Namber Juice. There's Vape Street in Warsaw, Indiana, 2302 East Center Street. That's Vape Street. Vapor 93, Rockland, California, which is cool. We're not in a lot of California stores. Good to be there. Vapor 93 in Rockland, California. Motor City Vapor. This is, of course... Can you guess where Motor City Vapor is? It's 10735 Highland Road in White Lake, Michigan. There's Ashland, Oregon, Green Dragon Vapor Company. All smoke free at 117 Highway 78 in Jasper, Alabama. There is RJ Vapes. That's right. I've been talking to RJ Vapes via Instagram. RJ Vapes. They are carrying the Namber and the Epiclouds, 3148 East La Palma Avenue, Anaheim, California. One of my favorite cities on earth. Not just because it's Anaheim, but because that's where Disneyland is, and I'm obviously a huge Disneyland nerd. My eels are still healing. Looking good, gents. And lastly, the Vapor Shop in Noonan, Georgia, 144 Temple Avenue. I think... Why does that sound familiar? The Vapor Shop in Noonan, Georgia. Oh, it's because I did a post a while ago on GrimmGreen.com about the legislation happening in Noonan, Georgia, but I believe it was positive legislation. So yeah, there's just a handful of shops. Maybe every week we can gather some new shops that are carrying Namber Juice or old shops, just so you guys are aware of what's in your area and where, if you feel like vaping some Namber Juice, you can get some. So this is the thing that has been getting delayed, and I'm going to delay it one more time really fast because I want to talk about beer because my beer is slowly getting warm. So once upon a time, all I drank was Belgian beers, and then we started drinking stouts, and we started drinking IPAs, and we went on this big IPA kick, and we had, the Heady Topper, the Pliny, the Elder. We had, last week, what was it, the Stone Ruin 10. So this week I thought I'd get one of my favorite beers. Amber and I were out shopping, and they happened to have some, and this beer's somewhat readily available, but it's Chimay Grand Reserve. It's delicious. Sometimes called Chimay Blue, but it's the Chimay Grand Reserve in a blue bottle. And I drank this beer for a long time. This was like my beer. Like I would go to Trader Joe's every weekend, get a bottle of Grand Reserve, call it good. And that's before I started really getting into and reading about like craft beer and stuff like that. And then so I go on Beer Advocate, and Chimay Grand Reserve has a 96 score. I mean, this is a world-class beer, and it's something that's readily available and is something that I've been drinking for a very long time. In fact, my buddy Richard Wiley, ex-Glacier, ex-Swamp Donkey, we go way back. I haven't talked to him in quite a long time. He's the one that got me drinking the Chimay, because he used to buy the Chimay red, and I really liked it. And I remember the conversation I had with him when I went to Trader Joe's, and I was like, what beer should I get? I feel like a beer. Oh, okay, I remember Chimay. I think I remember Rich said something about Chimay, and I just bought it, and I loved it, and I've loved it ever since. And it's a Belgian strong dark, which Belgians are weird. Not Belgians are weird. Belgians are wonderful. They brew the best beer on earth, but there's a lot of different categories of Belgian beers, doubles and quads and strongs and strong ales. So this is a Belgian strong ale. It's fantastic. It reminds me now of something that Firestone would probably brew. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit savory, but it's still very refreshing. The reviews on here are just fantastic. You do get a little bit of a raisin, like caramel raisin flavor in there, along with the St. Bernardus ABT12, the Chimay Blue Grand Reserve. Absolutely one of my favorite beers of all time. And the best part is, around this area, it's totally readily available all the time. This is wonderful. I hope that at Vape Mania 14 someone brings along some Chimay Grand Reserve, because we will sit down, we will open the bottle, and we will partake, and we will be joyous about it. Plan on drinking hopefully some Chimay Grand Reserve it's like my jam. This is like my beer. It's what I've been drinking. I just find it. I just love it. I just think it's lovely, and I hope you do too. So here's to ya. Got it in my Chimay goblet. Here's to ya. It's so delicious. It's so delicious. It's silly, and it kind of pairs a little bit well with Cartomator Crush. You can't. Pardon me. You can't help but look silly while using the Chef Enough drip tops, because you're like, oh, like it's this huge thing that you put in your mouth. But it's good. It's good. Vapor is delicious. Beer is delicious. So what's next on my in my vlog notes? I do have 2 things saved for if Jam ever comes in here. Otherwise, we won't get to it. James. This is the one thing that's been kept getting bumped back and back and back and back and back. I was supposed to do this like a month and a half ago. James, I apologize. I'm getting to it right now. James emailed me and he says, Nick, I am a local shop owner here in southwestern Pennsylvania, and they're trying to impose some crazy tax. I do know that you're a huge influence on the vaping community, and I would ask you for your help to let other shops know of great ways to call to action. This is what I do in my shop. Attached are pictures of my actual store receipts. Maybe if you put the word out there, other shop owners will do the same. I'm also contacting local shops and letting them know to print calls to actions on their sales receipts to reach even the newest of vapors. Thanks a million. I know if it's a good idea, you'll put the word out. It is a good idea, and I didn't put the word out. Hope to meet you sometime. We have many great ideas. Thanks again. So he attached at the very bottom of receipt, it's Best Vapes in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, 1502 7th Avenue, Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. Just right at the bottom, there's a little blurb that says, call and express your concerns and share your stories about how e-cigarettes have helped your life and loved ones. Also express your concerns about large taxes on our products and vaping in general. We need your help to help stop high taxes. Without your help, prices will triple everywhere. Call your government, and then he lists, call your governor, Tom Corbett, and he lists the phone number, your senator lists the phone number, and your state representative, and he lists the phone number. Thank you so much for your help in keeping vaping affordable. I think, well, that's really blurry and sideways. James, this is a fantastic idea. If you work at, run, or know a brick and mortar store that you go to regularly, maybe pass this idea along to them. Just a little blurb at the bottom, maybe give them some phone numbers, maybe give them a web address, CASA.org, or, here's how you help keep vaping safe and legal and, at a lower cost to you. I think this is... James, you're a brilliant man. I think this is a great idea. And maybe brick and mortar stores are already doing this and I just don't know about it. But I think this is a great idea. And you can even point it out. Just say, check out the bottom of your receipt, for some important information as well. Or stores could even run like a giveaway, like have serialized receipts, you know what I mean? And say, go online to our website, fill out this, and this to send to our senators, and you'll be entered to win, a mod or an MVP version 2 or a supply of juice or something like that. I think it would be really cool, and that's a cool way for stores to give something to take home with people when they purchase vaping stuff. You know what I mean? I think it's a great idea, James, and I think more brick and mortar stores should get on this. I hope you see this. And I'm sorry that it got pushed back. So many times. It just got pushed back and back and back, and I feel really bad. So I'm gonna have a sip of my Chimay Grand Reserve, and I believe we're gonna do some first impressions. All right, so first up on the first impressions is this little wonderful thing right here. There's been some mixed reviews. In fact, I think this company may have done a recall on a certain serial numbered ones or not. There's juice sort of everywhere. Why is there juice everywhere? This only happens on video, I swear to you. Only happens on video as I get juice friggin' everywhere. It's all over my hands, and I have to lick my hands, and that just looks gross. Still cleaning it. Okay. So we got that cleaned off. This is the IPV version 2. So this is a 50-watt mod, and it's a good-sized 50-watt mod. It's small, and it's square, and it's got a touch sensor on top that will fire it. Do you see every time I push it, the light lights up? Pardon me. Robin, do you see the light lighting up? Very nice. Plenty of power in a nice little size. Now, people have been saying that the screws on the back strip out easily. I've kind of avoided that by charging it via the included USB, so I don't have to take the back on and off and on and off. This houses one 18650 on the inside, so it's kind of like a HANA mod. It's not going to give you like amazing battery life, but it'll give you a decent battery life. Goes all the way up to 50 watts. Right now I have it set to 36.9 watts. I've just adjusted it to taste. Up button, down button, fire button, and then fire button as well. When you press this, it fires. So yeah, this is a 0.6 ohm coil, 36.9 watts. Why don't we round that up to 37 watts? And it's giving me 4.8 volts of power delivered to the Atomizer. I've been using this. I've been enjoying this. One thing that I really like about this is its pocketability. Like, you can just like slide it in your pocket, and it's very like slimline, and it's small, and it's not like you know, I have the Duke. I love the Duke. I basically, you know, love the Duke. I worship at the feet of the Duke. I use it all the time, and it's a little bit bulky, but I manage it because I like it so much, because it goes up to 50 watts because you just adjust it to taste. This has a slightly worse battery life because the Duke has two 18650s. This has a single 18650. Kind of has a rip-off Evolve sort of looking display on there. I don't know. It feels, when I first got it, I thought it was plastic. Like, I didn't even think that this was metal. I thought it was plastic. I'm like, oh, this feels a little bit cheap. And it still kind of does feel a little bit cheap, and it's got this useless shiny part there that serves no purpose. The performance is great. I've liked using it for the performance, but time's going to tell to see how well it holds up in the real world of vaping, and if I drop it, if it's going to scuff, and if it's going to dent. And it feels, like I said, it feels a little bit flimsy. The buttons feel nice, but the body itself does feel a little bit flimsy. Everything I've ever tried sits on there flush and works great. This is the Vulcan with a Chuff Enough drip top on there, and pardon me. It's been nice, and it's been, like I said, delivering me plenty of power. I kind of switch back and forth between using the sensor button for your thumb and then the actual tactile button, because it does the same thing that the Hana clones do, at least the H cigar version, where you have to turn it on and then fire it. So if it goes to sleep, like if we're just standing here and talking about things, and hey, look, there's Chimay, and I'm hoping this will turn off soon. If it goes to sleep and the display turns off, then you can't just press the button here and have it spring back to life. You have to like click this to turn it on and then press the sensor button, which it's just one extra step. It was kind of one of my big complaints with the Hana clones. Speaking of Hana clones, I'm going to have a Hana mod, 2 clones versus the original. I have 3. I have the Klauper version, the H cigar version, and the original, and I hope to do something, a video with all 3 of those, but that's neither here nor there. See, now it's turned off. So if I just press this, nothing happens. But if you press this and bring it back to life and then press this, then the vapors happen. Performance is good. Like I said, I just need to spend a little bit more time with it. Hey, look, there's juice on my desk too. Is it just me, or do vapors just live in juice? Like, there's juice everywhere. There's nothing more annoying to me than grabbing your mod and seeing juice, and then it's like, oh, it's all over you, and then it's like in the weird part of your pinky, and then it's, oh, you got it on your lip, and so you grab this and you're wiping, and you're... That is the worst. It just seems to escalate so quickly. I can't stand... See? Like that. I can't stand living in juice. It just bothers me. So moving forward with another first impression. I apologize if you can hear Facebook. I have it running in the background. This is a rebuildable Atomizer, 26650 sized. See that SV? That stands for Surric Vapes. So Surric Vapes used to make some of my favorite Cartomizer tanks. And they were only available in brick and mortar stores, but I happened to have a few, and I thought they were fantastic. And then they made the Rat tank, which I did a video for previously, and now they are into rebuildable atomizers, and their quality has always been quite nice. Surric Vapes. This atomizer is called the Universe. It's called the Universe Atomizer. So I found this website that's kind of talking about the Surric Universe 26650 RDA. Surric Vapes is a company for vapors, by vapors. Our mission is to create quality American-made e-cig components for an enjoyable vaping, spelled incorrectly, experience. We manufacture all of our tanks from the finest materials, including aircraft aluminum, Pyrex glass, and polycarbonate. Surric Vapes now, is dedicated to designing quality and stylish, affordable product that provides something for everyone. So now they have a rebuildable Atomizer. It's 26,650 size. It's 3 posts. It's 28 millimeters around. It's 26,650 compatible. As you can see, I have it here on the Ambassador, and it looks, I mean, like it's part of the mod. Serialized, matching serialized drip tip, reduced chamber for increased production. It should say reduced chamber for increased flavor. Stainless steel, deep engraving. Velvet carry bag, large drip well. Mod not included. They picture it on a Hades. I'll link to this website as well as the Surric Vapes website, but their website doesn't look like it's been updated in ages. No, I didn't mean Surescapes. SurricVapes.com. It doesn't look like it's been updated in quite some time. They still have all their old Cardo tanks on there, and if you click on products, it's just pictures of Cardo tanks. They have, you can contact them if you're interested in this Atomizer. It should say, they should have a list of stores, Los Angeles County and Orange County, California, even more locations. So there's a chance that the Vaporium in Lakewood, Washington may carry this. And so they have a list of suppliers. I've enjoyed using this universe, kind of. There's one thing about it that's really, really annoying. And I told him about it, and he said that you can sand out the airflow holes. This thing whistles like you can't imagine. The performance is nice. The flavor is top notch, but oh man, dat whistle. It just whistles. It just whistles like crazy. The flavor is nice. This is actually the weirdest juice ever on earth. I got ahead of myself and started mixing a bunch of amber juice flavors together because I accidentally mixed up some blueberry violence with the Masteller mint. I did like 80% Masteller mint and then like 20% blueberry violence. And it was fantastic. And I'm like, ooh, what if I mixed more flavors together? So I mixed some Cartomator Crush with Mom's Pineapple Cake, some Glacier Banana, and then some Masteller Mint as well, and it came out as this flavor, which Amber loves. I don't know how we would ever recreate it, but it is quite tasty. It kind of reminds me of the strawberry flavored like vitamin C drops, like Airborne, that you put in your water to help prevent you from getting sick. Flavor is nice. The whistle is out of control. I mean, that's worse than the original Tugboat, isn't it? So this comes off. I just have a simple dual coil 26 gauge Canthal. You're not going to be able to see that because I don't have it focused. Just have a simple 26 gauge non-contact coil in there. And people keep giving me shit. Oh, I didn't realize that people didn't do contact coils anymore. It's weird to see coils all spread out like that. You know what? It's not weird. Whatever you want to build is what you want to build. I found that when I'm in a rush and I just want to build a quick and dirty dual coil, I just build a quick and dirty dual coil, and I don't like sit there with tweezers or a blowtorch to make sure that they're contact coils. Sometimes I'll do that, sometimes I won't. Regardless, the performance is fine. I get plenty of vapor, I get plenty of flavor, and yeah, I stuffed this with some organic, you know, the Japanese cotton because I really, really like it. It wicks really, really well, and hopefully I can get a tool or something to take care of that whistling because, oh man, it's a whistler. Like I said, the flavor's great. The performance is nice off these. It just whistles like you can't imagine. Fantastic. So yeah, obviously I'm going to report back as well with that after I've used it a bunch. I really think it looks cool here on this Ambassador mod. I mean, that's just a tough That's just a cool looking setup right there. 26650. I think this came out to 0.8 or exactly 1 ohm, so it's a little bit on the cooler side when you're using it with just a 26650 battery. Maybe if I put it on something like the Duke or the IPV or something like that, it would be a little bit more powerful, but I kind of like it being a little bit cooler like that. I apologize for you having to listen to that whistle nonstop, but it is a thing.
Jam attack!
I was wondering if you were going to come in or not. Jam attack!
Well,
Amber's been playing this game, you see, on...
that's why I came in, because they're being mean to me.
Amber's been playing... Come closer, honey.
Okay, I'm coming.
Come closer. She's been playing this game on her iPhone about managing a farm.
It's called Heyday.
It's called Heyday.
It's so fun.
And it's so dumb. And all she talks about, like, I'll just be in the kitchen or something, or I'll be sitting there watching television, and she goes, "My daggone silos are full again, Duck." And I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about?" She's like, "My silos on my farm." I'm like, "Oh, you're talking about your farm." But I guess VaporCon, you weren't able to play, so you fell behind. Is that...
Yeah.
You fell behind.
It screwed me up. I'm still trying to catch up.
And now you can go on a train and go to a new town.
Yeah, and it's your town. You have to build up, but you have to explode all these rocks to be able to put your buildings in. And I don't have any TNT or dynamite. And I don't have any saws or axes to cut down the trees, so I'm just screwed.
It sounds like you're out of luck. Sounds like your farm's gonna die.
The reason I came in here is because I was in my community chat room, which is where you join the neighborhood, your farm neighborhood.
Okay.
And you guys can trade goods and stuff. But I was gonna say,
this is all terribly boring. I'm bored listening to this.
I was gonna sell some maple syrup to this guy.
Yeah?
And he told me he was gonna sell me some strawberry jam because I needed to fill an order.
Yeah.
And I sold him all my maple syrup. And you know what? He left the fucking neighborhood, so I didn't even get my strawberry jam.
He took advantage of you.
So I said,
he didn't even get that.
Attack.
Okay, so listen to this. There's two viewer mails that are actually for you. Should we do the viewer mail graphic? Do you want to answer these two?
Yeah, let me sing. Viewer mail!
No, we'll do the actual viewer mail graphic. Viewer mail. All right, so we got some viewer mail, and both of these are directed at you.
Of course, because I'm the best part of this.
So I get your mail, and my mail, and Amber mail, and now I get mail about beer and shoutouts and music, and I've just created a mail monster.
Well, if any of y'all play Heyday and want to be my neighbors, then definitely send me a viewer
Yeah, please jump on the Heyday. Hey, Nick, this is Paul from Vaporized. Pay attention. I have only contacted you once, which was for advice on what to tell customers at the vapor shop I work at. Vaporized, vaporizedslt.com. I would like to thank you for thank you for the pointers on how to keep the customers calm and informed. I guess I did a pretty good job there.
Good job.
Anyway, the reason for this email is that my fiancée, Nikki, has recently switched to an RDA atop her mech mod versus her previous Aspire Nautilus. I've been doing her builds, but she wants to try it out on her own, but alas, she's been getting frustrated and giving up. So, I was wondering if you or possible Jam had some pointers on getting her on the right track. Thanks for your time. Please keep cranking out the killer vlogs. Do you, Jam, as a female, have any advice for Nikki, who is struggling to rebuild her atomizers?
Well, listen, Nikki. Girl, it is not easy at first, but you just gotta keep chugging, and you know, I think I can.
Now, how long did it take you before you were comfortable rebuilding? How many atomizers, how many builds did you go through?
2.
You only went through 2 builds, and now you can build like a pro, you feel?
I feel like
I
build better than you.
Okay, well, I don't think
I have the same loops on each side, and mine burn at the same time.
So do mine.
You wish.
Amber's getting cocky here.
I'm sorry.
So,
listen.
Really, the advice would be to practice. And
well, I mean, it's not really... I live with GrimmGreen, so
Shut
I'm
up.
not a really great teacher, but
But Ruby Roo is the one who showed you how to build.
No, Ruby Roo was worthless.
Why?
She didn't show me how to build. She just built one for me.
So that makes her worthless?
No, she's
That is mean.
I named my elephant Ruby. Listen, this is my suggestion.
Okay.
Secretly, I really only know how to build one thing. 7
Okay.
loops, 28 gauge Keothal.
What does that come out to?
0.7.
0.7 ohms. So
Yeah.
you basically do the same thing every time.
Yeah,
You do
if
7
it
loops
works,
you do 7 loops of 28 gauge dual coil, and that gets you 0.7 ohms.
every time.
Every time. So you just have to be consistent, and you use a screwdriver to wrap around like I showed you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you wrap it around a screwdriver, you put it in, you screw the post down,
I
and
do my
then
little tails.
you do your little tails like you scoop it in.
Mm-hmm.
You know who taught me that trick?
Ruby Roo.
Ruby Roo. What up,
Sorry,
Ruby Crew?
Ruby, not so worthless.
Not so
You're
worthless
sick.
anymore.
Yeah. I don't mess around with it. And plus, I just ask you if it's going to blow my face off. If you tell me it's not, then that's great news.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're using a regulated model. We went over this last week. You can't blow your face off.
I believe if anybody could do it, I could.
So, practice and consistency. That's the things that you would suggest to Nikki for her building.
Yeah, and Nikki, you look beautiful today.
I'm sure she thanks you for that. Next comes from Jerry. He says, Nick, I know your time is precious, so I'll try to keep this short and to the point. We have a 9-month-old, 85-pound German Shepherd.
Oh my goodness!
And every time there is a jam attack, he runs up to my desk and twists his head and listens to the entire segment. It appears that he has a thing for Amber, or at least her voice. Since you guys are animal/pet people, I thought Amber might get a kick out of it.
I did get a kick out of that.
Did you see the picture of him?
Yeah, you showed me the other day.
Look at that.
Look at that baby.
Look at that. Could you imagine that running in and listening to you at every vlog, every jam attack?
Well, truthfully, I think every person and species of animal should listen to everything I have to say.
No, that's not true. You can't be that arrogant,
I
honey.
have a lot of valuable information, y'all.
About what farm? Digital
I
farms?
have to hook you up with some strawberry jams.
She can hook you up with some strawberry jams if you play her horrible jam game.
No, hey, listen, Jerry, I think that's great. Probably the real reason is it because I sound like a dying cat. But, I mean, let's be honest, he's just not real interested in me. He just thinks I have a psycho voice.
So she thinks that your dog is just attracted to the shrill nature of her voice, which could very well be. I was attracted to the shrill nature of your voice.
Is that
the first
right?
time we talked on Skype.
You told me I sounded funny.
You did. You sounded funny.
You told me I had a weird accent.
You did. You still do have a weird accent, honey.
Why did I marry you? I'm just kidding. Doc, look at my feet.
Here, try this.
I'm freaking ready for Disneyland.
War feet. I'm trying to get Amber's war feet up.
Holy crap.
Pretty good?
What is that juice?
That's the mishmash juice of like 12 different Amber juices all mixed
I love
together.
it so much.
I
Tell them
know.
how to make it at home. This
I
is
don't
the
know
best
how to
thing
make it at home.
You'll ever put in your mouth hole.
It's about 2 mils of pineapple cake, about 4 mils of Cartomator Crush, about 5 mils of Glacier Banana, and then I just top the rest off with Masteller Mint.
I'm telling y'all this. That is the best juice I have ever tasted.
It's like
in
strawberry,
my life.
champagne, pineapple, wintergreen, menthol, banana.
It's
That
so good. It's the best juice we have. It's just not for sale.
It's just unattainable.
You have to make it yourself at home. But
It's just unattainable.
y'all, seriously, if you have the ingredients, which you should, www.nameberjuice.com.
Just jam with the hard sell.
Then make this juice. It's so deliciously tasty.
It's so deliciously tasty.
And Jerry, you're looking pretty handsome, honey.
Who's Jerry? Oh, Jerry, shouldn't you... We don't know the dog's name, so we can't call the dog's name. And be like,
His name's
come here,
Rover.
come here. We can't. That's okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, those were the 2 emails.
Nah, this is mine.
It's dry. You're gonna need juice.
Yeah, on it.
So yeah, those were the 2 emails directed at you.
Well, we have a shout out for Mr. Man at Best Buy.
Who's Mr. Man at Best Buy?
That works with your dad.
Oh yeah, the guy that works with my dad. But I have that email here. It's not saved. I have to do music after this, honey. So my dad emails me at my GrimmGreen email address, which he never does. But he says, so I work with this guy named Chris. I'm not going to say his last name. He is a huge fan of your blog and products, and he almost fainted when he found out that I was your dad. Please email him or shout him out on your blog, and he will die a happy man. You are a rock star. He even follows your tattoos. Got to love all this attention, right? Chris is our go-to guy for in-car stereos, and he's restoring a 1960s El Camino. So there you go. You have a big fan down here in Santa Rosa. Love you. And then he signed it Dad of GrimmGreen, which he's never done before either. So yeah, there you go. There's your shout out, Mr. Chris in Santa Rosa. You work with my dad. You be nice to him.
He's my sweet dad.
I love my dad just so much, and I'm jealous that you get to see him more than I do. I mean, that makes me sad.
Love you, Fred.
But maybe sometime soon, we'll go down to Santa Rosa and visit with everybody.
Can we go see your dad soon?
Yeah, we should go see my dad soon. I mean, it's not going to be till after ECC. Or Christmas. I mean, really.
We'll see you next spring, Fred. Love you.
Starting next week till like the end of the year, we're just busy as hell.
Booked.
It's ridiculous.
Gosh. And you know what? We're already booked 2015, too. Through November.
What are we doing in 2015?
Well, we have our big birthday bash, Disney World.
Okay, we're going to Disney World.
And we're going to Virginia for Christmas. And we got VaporCon scheduled and contracts are signed for that.
Well, I haven't quite announced that yet, but yes, there's going to be VaporCon West 2015.
Hey guys.
Amber just breaking the news prematurely. Yeah, we're going to do it again in Reno at the Pepper Mill in a bigger room, and we're going to have more vendors and more fun, and it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait.
And we're getting a new dog, and we're adopting a baby.
We're not. What are you talking about? We're going to buy a new house.
No, I'm living in this house until I die.
See, that's what I was telling you, but you're like, no, I want to move in 4 years.
Well, now I'm with all this construction, I'm getting it the way I like it.
Exactly. Well, Gypsy's barking. I'm going to jump into some music jam, but thank you for coming by.
I thought you weren't going to do music anymore.
Well, I think I have a workaround for it.
What's your workaround?
I'm not going to play it.
You're just going to talk about it?
I'm just going to discuss the bands and then link them in the description to the video and add them to my vlog bands playlist.
I see. Now, let me pimp up band. I don't know the band name, but they sing All About That Bass. Okay, honey, I get it. He's waving me on.
I'm waving her. Who sings that?
I don't know, but it is a fat girl's anthem.
What? Is it on your Facebook?
Yeah, somewhere. My brother posted it on my Facebook.
Your brother posted it on your Facebook. Hi, Trevor.
Love you, Trevor.
He's never going to watch these videos.
He watches your videos sometimes.
I don't know.
Fun of us, though.
Yeah, I have a feeling that seems like his MO, which is I'm totally okay with that. Hang on, Jim. You got to talk. There's dead air.
Oh gosh! Hi, puppy. What you doing, puppy?
Damn it! I hate typing around this.
These kids rang our doorbell and ran today. I'm pretty sure there's a bag of smoking poop on our yard.
No, there was no smoking poop. Let's see. Amber Green. Which one are you? Amber Green?
The one with the foils in my hair. Keep going down.
There's a picture of the house, of the dog, of the house, of the house. Gypsy, me painting of Whitney, Journey, Mark. Adorable baby loses her shit when she hears Dark Horse by Katy Perry.
It is such a cute video. Keep going down.
How far away is this?
It's pretty close.
We gotta wrap this up, honey.
It's worth it.
There it is. Meghan Trainor, All About the Bass.
It's so good.
Well, we can't play this on the air because it's... She's not really like a big girl, though.
It doesn't matter. She's singing for us.
She's singing...
And that guy, that dancing guy, is the best part of the entire video. I mean,
so it's this cute
ready.
Blonde girl singing around, walking around in pink and sounding just obnoxious as hell. But if you want to hear Meghan Trainor all about that bass, which is something that I would have never, ever, 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 ever listened to.
It's the fat girl anthem, and I love it.
You love it. Well, thank you for dropping that sick musical knowledge on us,
Did you tell
Jam.
him about my heart attack? I know.
No.
It's time for me to go. Y'all, Nick is waving. But I just want you to know that there is a really fun story about a heart attack.
Jam thought she was having a heart attack, called the ambulance.
They
showed up.
laughed at me.
They showed up and laughed at her and said, "Of course you're not having a heart attack." Hooked her up to an EKG machine and said, "Yeah, you're not having a heart attack. We're going to leave."
But it was
That's
a way
what happened.
funnier story than that. Nick is just being a dildo.
Well, let's see. This video's an hour long right now.
Oh, God. Oh, you mean the same length as every other video?
Yes, and I still have more to talk about.
Don't nobody care, Jack. Don't nobody. I'm just kidding. I love you so much.
You're not. No more jam attacks. You're not allowed in here anymore.
I'm in high demand, honey.
Yeah, you're in high demand.
Y'all better comment and let him know who the boss is.
So, moving forward, I do have some cool music to talk about. Like I was talking about, I went and got tattooed. What?
Me too.
And, you know, I love Tattoo Day in that we get to go hang out with Mark and Brandon at Nightmare and talk to our friends. No. And I hate Tattoo Day because I have to actually get tattooed. If I can make an appointment once a week to just go up to Nightmare Studios and hang out with Mark, that would be really fun. But getting tattooed is horrible. And generally Mark and I just bullshit about stuff, vaping, bands. And so he's telling me to check out this band Ape Machine. And I'm going to play it in the background really softly so nobody can hear it, but I'm going to put a link to it in the description. You need to go check out Ape Machine. This song is called The Sun. I've listened to it a bunch of times, and it's just fantastic. It kind of has like this witchcrafty, like stonery, fuzzy guitars, echoey vocals. I'm just really into it. So if you're into that like stoner rock sort of witchcraft kind of music, then you definitely need to check out Ape Machine. Thank you, Mark, for forcing me to listen to Ape Machine. And it's one of those things. It's like, oh, I found this new band and I downloaded their entire discography. That's what's going to happen with Ape Machine, and they're just fantastic. And it's funny because you know how YouTube recommends other artists or other videos based on the video you're watching. They've recommended to me WooFat, which was another band I believe I talked about recently as well. So they're kind of in that stonery witchcraft kind of vibe. Moving forward from that, Tom G. Warrior from Celtic Frost has a band called Trypticon, and Trypticon is obviously named after a Transformer, and the song called Bullskine House, you got to understand that Tom G. Warrior, the singer of Celtic Frost, the singer of Trypticon, is just a very depressed man, and he writes depressing music, and it's very like doomy, and like it's like funeral metal, you know what I mean? It's just very dark and dreary sounding, but it's also just fantastic to listen to. This is on the official Century Media Records YouTube, which obviously I'm not going to play it in the background, maybe a little bit. Okay, that's too much. That's too much. That's too much. So please, if you're into this like Celtic Frost type of just depression metal, then yes, absolutely, you need to check out you need to check out Trypticon hard. And I'm going to add those. To my vlog music bands playlist, as well as post them in links in the description there. Add to vlog music bands. So there you go. Now we've covered a lot of stuff. We did some shout outs. I finally got to James with the in-store Activism. Jam Attack was here for way too long. I'm just kidding. I love you, honey. We did some first impressions of the IPV version 2. Just want to say that IPV version 2 came from a store called CA Vapes. Came to me via Todd at cavapes.com. I'll post a link to their store in the description. I believe they're selling it for only $109. If they're in stock by the time you get to this video, go to cavapes.com. They have them for $109. This is the brand new IVP version 2 running at 50 watts from Pioneer for You. That all basically rhymes, so you can follow the link in the description to get to it. We did cover a lot of stuff. IPV version 2, Universe Atomizer, Chimay Grand Reserve, Ape Machine, Trypticon, Shoutouts, viewer mail. I think we're done. I think we're going to call this good. Not sure what's coming up next week. I'm going to be kind of spotty with my videos through the end of ECC. I'm going to be traveling to Michigan as well as North Carolina as well as Los Angeles over the weekends, 3 weeks in a row. So my videos may not be as normal. I may be able to do double features and not vlogs, or maybe just a vlog with no double features. I'm not really sure what that looks like right now. I'll know more next week when my schedule firms up a little bit, but there is a lot of stuff. Might do the Caterpillar next week. We might do the Hana face-off, the Hana Mods face-off. Might do that. No, you know what? I'm going to do the Caterpillar. You know what? I don't know. I still have to do the Asmodus Atomizer, the Tray Evo, so we might do the Tray Evo and the Asmodus, or the Tray Evo and the Caterpillar. It's going to be something. It's going to be something fun. Regardless, there'll be a double feature next week as well as a vlog next week. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Thanks for hanging in there for this extra long vlog. And I am going to grab the IPV version 2, because that's what is near me. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and as always, let's keep on vaping.